Hey everybody, what's up? NCD here with another Medal of Honor commentary. Just to let you know, I've been sick for the last few days, and so my voice is probably not in the best condition to be doing a commentary, but I'm here anyway because I'm just that devoted. And I'm going to apologize in advance just in case I cough up anything in the middle of this. Just to let you know, you've been warned. Viewer discretion is advised. So anyway, I'm playing a little Sector Control here. I know, surprise, surprise, I'm not doing Combat Mission. This is my first commentary I've done for Sector Control, and there's a reason for that, because I pretty much hate Sector Control. Well, okay, maybe not hate. Hate's probably too strong of a word, but it's by far my least favorite game mode. The main reason being that it just doesn't cater to my gameplay style very much. I enjoy the linear progression of Combat Mission, and kind of working with the team to outthink your opponents, to outflank them, to get through their lines. I don't know, it's just kind of, it's more like realistic battle to me that way, whereas Sector Control is just a big, large square map. Actually, they're not even large, they're small square maps, and the enemy can pretty much attack you from any side at any time. And maybe I'm just not that good at first-person shooter games to be able to handle that, but I just don't really like it as much. But, you know, I play these other game modes once in a while just because, you know, I like to mix it up a little bit. I don't want to give you guys all combat missions because it probably gets kind of old and boring and the same after a while. So just to warn you, I'm not that good at Sector Control. I hardly play it at all. And so I'm probably awful compared to some of you gurus out there. But you'll see that I kind of play the same style as I do for Combat Mission. I play cautiously. I move from cover to cover, kind of set up little spots to just see if I can pick anybody off. But I'm definitely not the type of person that will play Sector Control and just camp in a window or something the entire time. I've seen a lot of videos on the internet of people just literally just grabbing an LMG and camping in one corner of the map and just going for kills. I'm definitely not that kind of player, just because, you know, it's an objective-based game, and so the point is to capture flags. And so, you know, I'm not going to get the most amazing KD because I like to kind of actually help my team and capture flags, and so that's what I'm doing. You can see I got excited there just because that guy somehow didn't even get me. He shot an RPG at me, and somehow I survived. But anyway, so the way I play Sector Control is, well, okay, let me start with this. The way you should play Sector Control is if you're playing with people that have mics and that are on your team and that are actually playing together as a team, the way you dominate a Sector Control map is to capture 2 flags and hold them at all costs and let the third flag just be taken down by the enemy. And that's the way you play it. When I've played with some of my clan mates, that's the way we do it, and it works out pretty much perfectly every time because you only need 2 flags to win. If you have 2 flags, you're getting double the points as your opponent. So that's the way you do it. But if you're playing in a public server, which this is what I'm doing right now, it's really tough to play that way because, you know, not everybody's going to have, well, in PC there is no voice communications unless you're doing it on a private server. So you're not going to have any voice comms with your teammates unless you're, you know, typing in text chat. And so the teamwork is kind of not there at all when you're playing on public games on PC. And you can kind of see on my minimap, like, we're all just kind of running around like chickens with our heads cut off. And that's kind of the way I'm playing, just because I know it's not worth it to try to get with my teammates. Now you can see here, like, if I see a couple teammates grouped up at a flag, of course I'm going to run over there and help them cap it, and you can see how fast we capped it because of that. But it's just really hard to play on a public server without voice comms, and so I'm just kind of trying to do my best to get some kills but also capture flags. Like I said before, my main point and my main goal is to capture the flags and not get kills. So that's what I'm going to kind of do here in this match. You can see I'm going with the Rifleman class. Oh, nice. You can see I'm going with the Rifleman class. I always go Rifleman in Sector Control just because I think the assault rifles give you the most bang for the buck. I mean, they have the most damage, and they're also, especially at a level like this, you're going to need some long-range capability as well as some close-quarters stuff. And while the M4, or whatever the Special Ops rifle is, while that works pretty well, I find that it lacks a little bit. It lacks some of the punch in long-range battles, and so when I'm looking down a street like this, I always want to have an M16 because I just feel like you can get the best punch at that range. I do miss having the frag grenades, though, and that's something that is really nice for when you're, especially when you're going to get the C flag at Charlie. It's nice to be able to toss a frag up there and kind of take out any campers that are just sitting in the corner waiting for you. But smoke, you know, is really helpful as well because if you're trying to, like, if you're capturing the alpha flag, it's right out in the middle of the open on that platform on top of the building, and if anybody's watching that, they're just going to light you up as soon as you try to capture that flag. So it's nice to have smoke too, and I use that a couple times throughout this as well. I know a lot of good players play sector control exclusively, mainly because like there's no snipers or very few snipers, and there's not a lot of camping. And as you're going to see in just like 3 seconds, if you even camp for like a few moments, you're going to get knifed in the back of the head, as you're going to see in about 3, 2, 1. Wait for it. Ugh. That's why you can't just sit up in windows, and most good players know where all the little camping spots are, and so they're going to take you out if you try to do that. So my advice is to always, keep moving, keep trying to run to flags, look on your minimap, see what flags still need to be captured, and run and help your teammates. Now, like I said, if you don't have voice comms on, then the best you can do is just kind of try to group up with your teammates, see where they are, and run to their position and help them out. But sometimes you just have to kind of run around and try to pick off enemies when you can. So like I was saying, a lot of good players like to play sector control because there's minimal camping. It's not like combat mission where it's, like half your team is sniping. I'm not going to say that sector control takes any more or less skill to play than combat mission, because I think, it's a very good game mode. It's a classic FPS game mode. I mean, it's like Call of Duty has domination. It's the same thing. And a lot of people like playing it. But what I don't like about it is that a lot of players don't capture the flags at all. What they do is they use the flags as an excuse to distract their enemies into not coming after them and attacking them. So it's almost kind of like, I don't know, I kind of see it as like a team deathmatch for noobs or something. Okay, man, I'm probably going to get like flamed for that one, but that's kind of the way I see it, because it's almost, I've played it that way, where it's like if you want to get a lot of kills, you play in sector control because everybody's running for the flags and not necessarily trying to fight you head on, and so you can pick people off as they're running to an objective. But I don't know, that's just kind of a lame way to play, I think, because at the end of the game, if your team didn't win and you have like a massive KD, then it's not really going to mean anything, because your team is still lost. And so I like to play to win, and so that's kind of what I do here. I think I ended up capturing a lot of flags throughout this whole match, and I think I ended up getting first place at the end because I captured the most flags, even though my KD is really not that great. You can see I'm dying a lot, but I'm still trying to be pretty effective in capping flags for my teammates. My main strategy, you can see, is kind of like I move from cover to cover and just kind of try to see what's going on. Like here I see my teammate got lit up, and so I know there's going to be somebody right around the corner. And then I try to capture a flag if I can along the way. I don't really know what the best strategy is for sector control. I know a lot of people just kind of run and gun it, and with a shotgun or assault rifle or something, and ooh, that's a good shot, and just try to light people up. But I honestly, that kind of gameplay style doesn't really suit me. I don't enjoy just kind of running around aimlessly and just trying to get kills. I enjoy thinking when I play, and that's something I like about Combat Mission a lot, is that you can kind of like outthink your opponents, and you can try to be in a place that they don't expect you to be, and well, it's why I like sniping too. And maybe I should try sniping on sector control sometime, but it's really not that effective because you're not going to be capturing any flags, so I guess it's kind of pointless. This is a nice little battle I have in the alleyway. I try to throw a grenade in here, and it hits the dumpster, which I'm so mad at, because I would have killed that guy if I hadn't hit the dumpster. And so now we're playing a game of chicken here. Who's going to come out first? And so I decided, okay, he probably ran away. But as you'll see, it turns out he actually outplayed me there big time. He hid to the dumpster to the left of me, and so I didn't see him. So we were like dominating this match for the most of the time. We were up by at least a few hundred points this entire match, and then out of nowhere, right at this point, you can see we're tied at 1900 apiece. Out of nowhere, they just came back and they just started like wailing on us. I don't know what happened, but we were just doing really well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they just had a few really good players join the server or join their team or whatever. But you can see that they're kind of have us locked down, and we're not really doing anything now. I'm desperately trying to get some flags capped for us because we need the points, and I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the way, we just started losing it and losing our grip on it. I'm not sure what happened. That guy, Spooks, he kills me a few times in this. Him and that Olive guy, or I can't remember what his name is, but I don't. Maybe those guys joined and they were the winning factor on their team. Now you see, we're all grouped up on Charlie, so I'm definitely not going to go that way. And my teammate just got lit up there. I got totally wasted here from a guy that was sitting up on Alpha, so I'm being really cautious because I'm figuring it's probably that same guy that's sitting up there. kind of camping this spot. There's one enemy that's running up there. I don't see him, so I move forward, and of course he's at the other, that olive guy. Yeah, see, he's everywhere. I don't know where he's coming from, but he was sitting right there. So he turned out to be on the lower level instead. So now they've actually passed us, and this was a pretty close game all the way through. They're up to 2280, and so they're about 100 points ahead of us now. So I'm just desperately trying to capture some flags. I don't really care about my KD at this point because we just need to get some flags and hold them. And I don't know, we're staying together as a team pretty well, but I don't know what happened. We just kind of let the whole thing slip. Now, I usually use UAV. I don't use mortar strikes ever because I just think they're so weak. And you barely, I mean, if you get anybody, it's usually like 1 kill, which I don't think is worth it, when you could be giving UAV to your entire team. So the only reason I use mortar there is because I saw that guy up on Alpha. There's that Spooks guy again. I saw that guy sitting up on Alpha, which is probably the same guy that's been killing me every time I run over there. So I decided to drop the mortar on there in case he was up there with a couple of his friends, but it turns out nobody was there. So here's a great use of smoke here. Like, we're up on Alpha, and we need to capture this flag, and so, of course, they can just see us. We're out in the open, so a nice thing to do there is pop smoke so that they kind of blocks their view. So now they're about 200 points ahead of us, and now I was just kind of getting angry because we were doing so well the entire game, and now all of a sudden it just went downhill. And that's the end of the game. They ended up winning by only about 200 points. I thought it was a pretty good game. I thought it was really fun, even though we lost. It was a tough game, and I really had a lot of fun doing it. And of course, you get the people complaining about their teams and everything else. I think I did a pretty good job. I took first place, which was nice, and pretty much all my points came from my flag caps and not really my KD. So I had a good time. And just let me know if you guys want to see more Sector Control, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.